What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the video. If you're new here, my name's Ben Richardson. I am the best looking chemical engineer with a crooked nose on the face of the entire planet. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why sugar is actually really good for you. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're more interested in learning about ways to master your fitness and your nutrition and your lifestyle in general through a sustainable and healthy life, because that's what my entire channel is dedicated to. So if that interests you, hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bells on so you don't miss out on any of my latest content. So by the time you're finished watching this video, you'll know exactly why sugar can actually boost your metabolism and what foods specifically you should be eating in order to increase your metabolic rate and your metabolism in general. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing that I want to make very clear is what sugar is and what I am talking about when I talk about sugar. Sugar is not cake and cookies and ice cream and donuts and junk food in general. What I mean by sugar is natural sources of sugar, things like fruits, cane sugar, agave, honey, natural maple syrup. So if you clicked on this video and you were expecting me to tell you to stuff your face with Twinkies and Ho-Ohs and that's gonna increase your metabolism, sorry to disappoint. However, I do think it's worth mentioning an experiment that was conducted by Professor Mark Hobb at Kansas State University some years ago. So what he did was he set out to disprove the myth that sugar makes you fat by going on a diet where he only ate Twinkies and Ho-Ohs and Swiss rolls and sugary cereals and pretty much just junk food in general. Lots of sugary things. He did that and he ended up losing 27 pounds after 12 weeks because he only stuck to an 1,800 calorie per day diet. So he consumed a whole lot of sugar and a lot of junk food in general. I definitely think that's worth mentioning because he ended up losing weight. So if you're watching this video and you're very skeptical about sugar just making you fat or whatever, the truth is that it doesn't. But I don't necessarily recommend that you follow a diet like Mark Hobb did, but it's definitely worth mentioning. So let me explain why sugar is actually very good for your metabolic health. So sugar, in particular fructose, when I'm talking about most sugar sources, I'm talking about sugar sources that are rich in fructose. So again, things like fruits, honey, natural maple syrup, cane sugar, raw cane sugar, coconut sugar, things like those. They're very rich in fructose. And fructose is so metabolically favorable because it is the chief fuel of your thyroid gland. Now, the thyroid gland is the chief regulator of your metabolic health. So you want to fuel your thyroid with whatever it wants so that you can ramp up your metabolism. Now, I do want to kind of set some expectations here. When I say you're going to increase or boost your metabolism, I'm not talking like, you know, you're going to be able to eat 1,000 extra calories a day and not gain a single pound. You can increase your metabolic rate, but it's not going to be an insane amount that you can just eat whatever the heck you want if you go eat some fruit and put some organic cane sugar in your coffee like that. You need to manage your expectations with this. However, that is the reason why fructose and sugar are so metabolically favorable, because that's what your thyroid gland wants to use to uprate your metabolism. So let me give an example of something that occurs in nature and why this actually is the case. So think about bears. When bears go into hibernation, their metabolic rates have to slow down. If they didn't, they would run out of energy and they would starve to death during hibernation. So when they're in that hibernated state, their metabolic rate has to slow down to preserve energy. Now think about what bears do when they come out of hibernation. They stuff their faces with honey. And why do they do this? They do this to fuel their thyroids with fructose so that they can upregulate their metabolism and recover from that hibernation state where their metabolic health was low or not functioning optimally in order to preserve energy. And what does honey consist mostly of? Sugar and fructose. It's almost pure sugar and fructose. It's one of the most raw forms of sugar and fructose that you can find that naturally occurs in nature. Now, I know bears and humans, they're two different species, animals, whatever you want to call them. To get technical about biology classification, we won't get into that. But you need to consider that we are both composed of the fundamental unit of life, the cell. So things really do operate very similarly down to that cellular level. So the principle does absolutely still apply 100%. We really and truly are much more similar than you think. Now, let me talk about some of the foods that you want to consume in order to increase your metabolism. So in my opinion, probably the easiest thing to do is to just eat more fruit. Incorporate more fruit into your diet. I recommend eating a piece of fruit with pretty much every single meal that you eat throughout the day. That's a really easy way to just get a little more fructose into your diet. And fruits are super rich in other vitamins and minerals as well, so definitely increase your fruit intake. Another thing you can do is dump a little organic cane sugar in your coffee in the morning. You know, this doesn't take much effort. If you're a big coffee drinker, you can do that. Or maybe if you drink tea, you know, put some organic cane sugar in there, and that'll help you kind of increase your fructose consumption. Honey is actually really good in coffee as well, but it's a little bit on the pricier side, so I typically stick with organic cane sugar. I put that in my coffee because I drink coffee pretty much every day. And the expense of putting honey in your coffee every day, that can kind of ramp up pretty quickly. But it's a nice treat every once in a while, and honey is really good in coffee as well. One of my favorite things to do is to just make fruit smoothies. I'll dump all kinds of different fruits into a smoothie, and you know, it's kind of fun to experiment with fruit smoothies like that because there's a plethora of different fruits that you can put into a fruit smoothie, and you'll get a different flavor every single time. So if you want to kind of turn it into kind of like a protein fruit smoothie, definitely put some Greek yogurt in there. You know, that's very high in protein. Maybe add in some collagen peptides or something like that to give the protein a little bit more of a kick. And then just put all kinds of different fruits in there, and that's fun to experiment with. You know, create different concoctions every single time you go to make a fruit smoothie. And last but not least, really just drinking a really good quality fruit juice is gonna do wonders for your health. You know, organic orange juice, it really and truly does ramp up your health. There's tons of benefits to drinking organic orange juice. There's a lot of vitamin C in there. It helps prevent sickness. It helps you recover from sickness. So having a glass of orange juice, a good quality organic orange juice daily, that can certainly help boost your metabolism. So give some of these a try. I definitely do want to stress the importance of finding good, high quality sources of fructose. Don't go for the crappy produce, get the good organic stuff. The best thing you can do is go to some kind of farmer's market or go to a local farm or something like that where you know the people who are growing the fruits or whatever produce it is that you're buying. That's the best thing that you can do. Ask them questions about how they make their produce, make sure they're not using all kinds of nasty chemicals to grow their fruits and whatnot. If you can't do any of that, I'd definitely recommend opting at least for the organic produce in the grocery store. It's probably best to go to a farmer's market or something like that, but that's definitely a step up from just buying the conventional produce. So again, pay attention to the quality of the foods that you buy, and that is also a key part of restoring your health, increasing your metabolic rate, and you know, just being healthier in general. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And again, if you're new here and you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button and turn those notification bells on so that you can stay tuned for all my latest content. I do post weekly, and I'm going to be posting more videos like this on fitness and nutrition and how to just incorporate everything together into helping you live a much more healthy, sustainable lifestyle. So if you're interested, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.